Hi and welcome back to Toby's Video Skills with Toby. In today's video I'll show you a few tools which I received and which I looked into and want to see if they're useful for me and they might be useful for you as well. So, and to make it more specific, those tools are actually made for the bicycle, not a motorcycle. Well, a few of them you could probably use for any vehicle, to be honest. But I want to focus on, as you can imagine, bicycles. And I'll show you the tools and what I think about it and where to get them. Those are all tools, which you can see. And there are actually 4 different packages. One package is the entire cleaning kit down here. And this cleaning kit consists out of a couple of brushes for the chain, for hard to reach areas, as well as to clean your cassette. Of course, other hard to get areas with those brushes, and then also a more versatile brush, a couple racks, and also if you want to use a lot of water and a lot of foam for your bicycle, there's also this little nice needy cloth which you can put on your hands. That's one package. The second package, this rotor bender, is to fix your rotor in terms it might have been bent or it got a hit or whatever, so you can bend it back and fine adjust and fine tune your rotor for your brakes. Of course, this is just for rotor brakes, as the name says already. But this is a pretty handy, sturdy tool, it feels like. Gives you a little leverage, so it should work pretty well. The third package, all those 3 items you can see here in the middle, and those items are actually just for your wheel set, so you can adjust your spokes if there is any uneven running on your wheel set. And then we have the last part, which is this nice pump up here. And with this pump, you can see it's a small little pump, small little foot pump, which you can easily take with you, and you can use for either just for your bike, or you can even use it for other things, because it does pump up your football or your soccer ball or whatever ball you want to pump up, or even for, you know, some toys in the water. So this is a very nice little addition to it. Let me really briefly show you how I use a couple of those cleaning tools, as well as how the pump does work. The other tools I cannot use at the moment, but I can tell you that, but because of this little form factor we have here, this fits perfectly in my pouch underneath my saddle, so I can carry them with me in case you're out on the trail and something happens, a spoke broke or whatever, and then it's uneven. So you need to fix a couple or adjust a couple spokes so that you can at least make it back to your car or to trail it or whatever. Let's talk about this one first. This is a little needy helper. It's just plastic, there's nothing else to it, but you can use it for your cassette, for example, if there's a lot of dirt and debris in there, so you can just get into those little tight spots and try to get the dirt out, especially when we're riding in dirty conditions on the street or on a trail or something like that. And additionally, you can also use this little brush. This brush will help you as well, just to clean it better and more thoroughly, to get it better out. And then the third one, which I want to show you here, this one, there are actually a bunch of, let me call them specific bike chain cleaners out there. But this one might just help you to, get to the chain and then clean it in here as well and just go through it. And of course, always use some kind of degreaser to do that. And what I will do, because there's no big dirt in my cassette here, but I will use my degreaser, I will use this brush, and I will use also this brush to clean, especially those longer brushes here. I can get to all of those little spots where I want to get, and then I can also clean the chain. So I'll show you that. Perfect. First thing we'll do, I'll use a degreaser like this from WD-40. We'll spray it on here, and then I'll use a brush. And yes, you shouldn't spray it on your rotor unless you clean later. And I'll give my bike a full clean today. Ideally, you wear some gloves and you wear some goggles, because I can tell you this is very messy work. Not done. Not done. I'm using rag to clean this off than to try it a little bit. Nice. Look at that. We're not done yet. I'm gonna clean everything down here with the brush as well a little better. Spraying it again a little bit more. So in case you have more debris here, you can use this long brush and get into it really good, really well, to be honest. This is nice. You can even spin here the rotor a little bit, so it's easier for you to brush. You just hold it. Nice, well, that's good. Cleaning it off another time. Wiping off. Now I use degreaser. Don't forget to put in some new grease and some new chain loop and whatnot. Otherwise you will have squeaky sounds. That was part of the chain, using those brushes out of the set. By the way, the set you can find in the description below, the link to it, which is not too expensive to be honest. That's really great, I like it. I have to keep going and clean everything else. So to clean everything else, you can use this little glove, which you can just stick your hand in, and then you have a lot of water and foam, and you can just go over it. That's one option. And if it's dirtier, like your mountain bike or something, you can even use this brush. Feel familiar with a horse brush or something, I'd say. But you can, it's very, you can adjust it. You can, even for your bike, if it has very thick thread, you can clean it here pretty well. This little friend will also be very useful here in this area. We want to clean everything in the gearing area, for me at least. And also here, also the rear gear, but also the front gear. So I will use that as well. But this time I will use the degreaser on my brush. Fits really well in all those little spots where you usually can barely get. So it's cleaning it very well. If you have some compressed air, now you can just blow it off. Or use some water and just hose off. There are different options. By the way, those brushes, they're not just made for the bike. They sell it as a package for the bike, and you can use them very well, but you can also use them for all other kind of things, for cleaning on your car, where it's hard to get, bike, of course, different bikes, of course, and multiple other things, maybe also engine clean or whatnot, if you want to use those brushes, maybe. We'll get to this little friend. As you can see, this is a foot pump, and it looks like this, which gives you this foot level, and then you put your foot on the other side. I'll show you how it works. Additionally, it also comes with a couple one is for the bike pump, and the other ones are probably to blowing up an air mattress or something like that. So I'll show you how it works on my bike, because I'm in desperate need of pumping it up. So the hose is pretty short, but nevertheless, something you will figure out, I'm pretty sure. The nice part about it is that you have a prester and a shredder valve on the side. There's a little sign so you can see which one is which. I'll use a prester. And now all you have to do, look at my nice feet, and put your foot on the one side and pump. I can feel how the air is going in, that's nice. That's all. I got already a lot of air in here, what I wanted to have. Went pretty well and pretty quick, that's nice. The thing which it doesn't have is a display, obviously, so you do not know how much PSI you're pumping in. But it's a nice addition to, I put it in my car, I need something small for maybe later, maybe not, or if I got my big one. The price point of this one, I think it's unbeatable, so this is a really nice addition to use. Since I have to still work on my mountain bike a little bit more, no, not cleaning this time, I cleaned my road bike. Those tools, all of them you can find in the description below. They, to be honest, price point wise, they're really good, and for the value you get out of that, I think that's not too bad. So I would recommend to have it and use it. If you don't want to use it, don't waste your money. But if you have use cases like I do with my bikes, I use it. I even used it for a couple other things on my car already, hard to reach parts, and they work pretty well. So I would say it's not only limited to bicycles. Also the pump, great addition. And the other two tools I showed you, I would put in my bike bag just to have them, because I know on the trail when you're out there, you might have to work on it a little bit to just make it drivable so you can get to the next point. I think that's great because they're small, so they fit in there. What do you do with them? Up to you. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you. See you next time. Tschüss!